They're lying to you. That's right. Everything you think you know about Princess Diana's death, it's not the full story. The tabloids, the rumors, the so-called facts, they want you to believe it was just a tragic accident. But the truth is far more complicated, far more shocking, and it involves more than just a car crash. Tonight, we're uncovering the real reason Princess Diana died. The story behind the headlines, the cameras, and the conspiracy theories. The story that the world has been waiting to hear. Princess Diana, born Diana Frances Spencer, was the people's princess. She had beauty, grace, and a compassion that captured hearts around the globe. From her shy beginnings in a quiet English family to marrying Prince Charles and becoming the Princess of Wales, her life seemed like a modern fairy tale. But Diana's fairy tale had a dark side. Her marriage was troubled. Her personal life was constantly under scrutiny. And the media never let her be. Every move she made was followed, photographed, and dissected. In this video, we're going beyond the headlines. We're going to explore her life, the events leading to that fateful night, the crash itself, the investigations that followed, and the controversies that refused to die. We'll separate fact from fiction and reveal the real story. The truth about why Princess Diana died. Diana's rise to fame was meteoric. From a young kindergarten teacher's daughter to the future Princess of Wales, she captured hearts everywhere. But fame comes at a cost. From the moment she became engaged to Prince Charles, the media's attention was relentless. Paparazzi followed her everywhere. Shopping trips, charity visits, even her personal vacations. Every smile, every tear, every private moment was captured. Her marriage to Prince Charles, initially seen as a fairy tale, soon showed cracks. Infidelity, emotional distance, and the rigid rules of the royal family created a pressure cooker environment. Diana struggled in silence, but also spoke out. She famously said, "There were 3 of us in this marriage, so it was a bit crowded." That comment made the world sympathize with her, but also made her a target for the media. The cameras weren't just an inconvenience. They were a constant source of stress. Every time Diana stepped outside, she was under surveillance. Paparazzi chased her. Photographers tried to capture the perfect scandal, and the pressure mounted. It's easy to forget, now, that Diana was just one person in a world of flashing cameras and headlines. But back then, the pressure was constant, and it would play a major role in what happened next. August 31st, 1997. The Ritz Hotel in Paris. Diana and her companion, Dodi Fayed, were leaving the hotel in the hopes of escaping the media frenzy. Their plan seemed simple enough. Get into a car, head to Dodi's apartment, and avoid the photographers chasing them. Henri Paul, the hotel security and driver, was entrusted to get them safely through the streets of Paris. But the circumstances were already dangerous. The streets were crowded, the paparazzi were in pursuit, and Henri Paul was about to make a decision that would change history forever. At approximately 12:23 a.m., the car crashed into a pillar in the Pont de l'Alma tunnel. Dodi Fayed and Henri Paul were killed instantly. Diana, critically injured, was rushed to Pitié-Salpêtrière Hospital. Despite the best efforts of doctors, she later died from her injuries. Investigators later identified multiple factors that contributed to the crash. Excessive speed. Henri Paul was driving at roughly 65 to 70 miles per hour in a tunnel designed for much lower speeds. Alcohol impairment. Toxicology reports confirmed that Henri Paul had a blood alcohol level above the legal limit. Paparazzi pursuit. Photographers were chasing the car, forcing the driver to take risks he might not have otherwise taken. Experts have said that this combination, speed, alcohol, and extreme stress, created a scenario almost impossible to survive. But the story doesn't end there, because the world wanted answers. And when the world wants answers about someone like Diana, the conspiracy theories start almost immediately. Almost as soon as news of the crash broke, the media shifted from reporting to reflection. Paparazzi photos circulated showing photographers chasing the car through the streets of Paris. The world asked, were these photographers responsible? Could Diana's death have been prevented if she hadn't been hounded every step of the way? The French judicial investigation considered these questions. While no photographers were directly charged for causing the crash, public opinion was clear. The media's obsession with Diana contributed to the dangerous circumstances. The paparazzi argued they were doing their jobs, capturing public figures for public interest. But ethical questions loomed. Should there be boundaries? Should the relentless pursuit of celebrities have limits? Diana's death sparked global discussions on media responsibility, privacy, and the dangers of fame. It also reminded the world that behind every famous figure is a human being, vulnerable, flawed, and under pressure. Almost immediately after Diana's death, the rumors began. The world wasn't ready to accept that the beloved princess had died in a tragic accident. And soon, conspiracy theories started to flourish. Some claimed the royal family orchestrated her death. Others alleged that British intelligence, MI6, had a hand in it. And then there were the stories spun by Dodi Fayed's father, Muhammad al-Fayed, who insisted that Diana and his son were murdered because they intended to marry and start a family. These theories were sensational. They suggested the Mercedes carrying Diana was sabotaged, Henri Paul was coerced or deliberately impaired. Powerful figures in the royal family had a motive to prevent Diana from remarrying or having children with Dodi. For years, books, documentaries, and internet forums fed these narratives. They captivated the public imagination. People wanted someone to blame, someone powerful, someone secretive. But investigations told a different story. Operation Paget, a comprehensive inquiry launched by the Metropolitan Police in 2004, reviewed every claim, every piece of evidence, every allegation of conspiracy. After months of investigation, including interviews with witnesses, forensic analysis, and examination of communications, the findings were clear. Henri Paul's impairment and reckless driving were the critical factors in the crash. Paparazzi pursuit contributed to the danger, but did not directly cause the accident. There was no credible evidence linking the royal family or intelligence agencies to the incident. The public, however, was not fully convinced. Rumors persist to this day, largely because Diana herself had been the center of so much mystery and intrigue during her life. Her story had always felt larger than life, and her death only amplified that perception. To fully understand what happened, we need to look at the official investigations. Two major inquiries examined Diana's death, one in France and one in the United Kingdom. The French investigation focused on the immediate circumstances of the crash. Henri Paul's blood alcohol content, the speed of the car, and the actions of the paparazzi were examined. The conclusion: it was a tragic accident. No evidence pointed to foul play. Operation Paget in the UK went even further. The team investigated every claim, from alleged conspiracies to supposed tampering of the vehicle. They examined witness statements, forensic evidence, and all documents related to Diana's death. The final report concluded: Diana's death was a tragic accident caused by a combination of speed, alcohol, and stress. The paparazzi were indirectly responsible by creating a dangerous environment, but were not acting with lethal intent. There was no credible evidence of a conspiracy involving the royal family, MI6, or any other organization. While the report cleared official channels of wrongdoing, it also highlighted the dangers of fame, public obsession, and media intrusion. It painted a picture of a perfect storm, circumstances aligning tragically with devastating consequences. Diana's death changed the world in ways that go far beyond headlines. It forced a global reckoning with media ethics and privacy. Laws were reconsidered, and debates about paparazzi behavior and the treatment of celebrities became urgent. But Diana's legacy isn't only about her death. It's about the life she lived. Her compassion, her humanitarian work, and the way she connected with people from every walk of life continue to inspire millions. Her sons, Prince William and Prince Harry, carry forward her charitable work, striving to honor her memory and lessons. Her story is a reminder that fame is not without danger. That relentless scrutiny, even from well-meaning fans and journalists, can become a source of stress and risk. And perhaps most importantly, Diana's life reminds us that behind every public figure is a human being, vulnerable, emotional, and deserving of privacy. So what really caused Princess Diana's death? It wasn't a conspiracy. It wasn't a secret plot. It was a tragic accident caused by a combination of factors: speed, alcohol, and relentless media pressure. But understanding the truth doesn't make it any less heartbreaking. Diana's life, her struggles, and her legacy continue to captivate the world because she was more than a princess. She was a symbol of compassion, humanity, and resilience. The world will always remember Princess Diana, not for the way she died, but for the way she lived. And the lessons of her life and death are ones we can carry forward, reminding us to value humanity over headlines and truth over speculation.